Welcome to the Prachar AI Hub. You know, what if your search engine didn't just give you a bunch of links, but the actual answer? Well, today we're going to explore a tool that promises to do exactly that. Let's dive deep into the world of Perplexity AI.
We've all been there, right? You ask a simple question and you get this mountain of blue links you have to click through and figure out for yourself. Or even worse, you ask an AI chatbot and it gives you an answer that sounds super confident but is, well, completely made up. It's so frustrating. But what if there's a better way?
So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by talking about a new way to think about search. Then we'll explain what an answer engine really is and see how it stacks up against other AIs you might know. And finally, we'll get into how to ask great questions so you can decide if this tool is the right one for you. All right, let's jump right in. We need to understand the challenge that Perplexity was built to solve. It's all about this idea of moving beyond that classic, endless list of links we're all so used to. Think about how search works right now. It doesn't really give you answers, does it? It gives you a list of potential places where you might find the answer. The hard work of reading, comparing different sites, and putting it all together, that's still on you. It works, sure, but it's definitely not the fastest way to get what you need. And this is exactly the problem that Perplexity AI was designed to fix. So what is it? How does it actually work? Let's get into it. In the simplest terms, Perplexity is what we call a conversational answer engine. You ask it a question just like you'd ask a person. But instead of just giving you links, it searches the web in real time, reads through multiple sources for you, and then comes back with a single summarized answer. And, this is the best part, it shows you exactly where it got the information. I absolutely love this analogy. A normal search engine is like a library's card catalog. It just points you in the right direction. But Perplexity? Perplexity is like the helpful librarian. It goes and finds the right books, reads the important parts for you, and then comes back with the exact answer you were looking for. It does the heavy lifting for you. By the way, if you're enjoying this and finding it useful, it would be amazing if you could take just a second to subscribe. We put out simple explainers like this every single week to help you keep up with all the incredible things happening in AI. Okay, so a question I hear all the time is, so how is this any different from something like ChatGPT? And that is a fantastic question because on the surface, they can seem similar, but their core purpose, what they're built for, is completely different. Let's break down those key differences. The real difference between Perplexity and other big AI models comes down to three things: how fresh their information is, whether they show you their sources, and what they're ultimately designed to do. You can kind of think of it as the difference between a meticulous researcher and a creative storyteller. First up, let's talk about how fresh the data is. Most large language models have something called a knowledge cutoff date. This means their information is basically frozen in the past. Perplexity doesn't have that problem. It searches the live internet for every single question you ask, which is a total game changer if you need to know about something that just happened. And the second difference, this one is huge, it's all about trust. You've probably heard about AI hallucinations, right? That's when a model just invents facts, but says them with complete confidence. Perplexity is built to fight this. By showing you clickable links to every single source it used, it lets you check the facts for yourself. It's all about accuracy.
And here's where it all comes together. Let's say you ask another AI about the James Webb Telescope. It might tell you about its launch a few years ago. But if you ask Perplexity the same question, it can tell you about a new planet it discovered last week and give you a direct link to the NASA article about it. That right there is the real-world difference.
So now you know what it is and how it's different. The next logical step is, how do you actually use it well? You see, like any powerful tool, getting the best out of it is all about how you ask the question. Getting amazing answers is really about asking amazing questions. The key is to be really specific and to ask for an action. So instead of just typing a topic, tell it to summarize this, or compare these two things, or explain that. And here's a pro tip. Even though it gives you sources anyway, if you ask for a specific kind of source, you'll get even better results. For example, for any students watching, look at this prompt. You're not just asking what's relativity, you're asking for it in simple terms, and you're specifying you want a source from a scientific journal. This is how you get a really high-quality answer for your schoolwork or research paper.
Or what about something we all do, like buying a new phone? With a prompt like this, Perplexity basically becomes your personal shopping assistant. It'll go out and scan all the latest reviews and tech specs and just give you a neat, clean comparison. This could literally save you hours of research.
And for all the business professionals watching, check this out. You can ask for a really complex market analysis and even specify a time frame. Because it has that live, real-time data, Perplexity can pull together the latest reports and give you a summary that might have taken a whole team of people to put together before.
So we've seen what Perplexity is capable of. The final and maybe most important question is, when should you actually use it? Because it's not about replacing every tool you have. It's about knowing when to use the right tool for the job. So here's the simplest way to think about it. You should use Perplexity when you need a researcher, when you need facts, when you need data, when you need answers with sources. And you should use other AIs when you need a creator, for brainstorming new ideas, writing first drafts of emails, or other creative tasks. It's that simple, the right tool for the right job. And all of this leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to chew on. Tools like Perplexity are really pushing us to rethink what search even means. Are we slowly moving away from just lists of links and into a future where finding information is as easy and natural as having a conversation? It's a really exciting question to think about. And if you want to stay on top of all the latest and most powerful AI tools, please make sure you subscribe to Perchar AI Hub for more explainers just like this one. Thank you so much for watching.